there. However, there is another loophole. That's called, I like to call the short-term rental loophole, which is that, and this is why I think we've seen such a huge volume of short-term rental and Airbnb investors using cost segregation, is because it is another way that you can actually use the losses from an Airbnb, a short-term rental, to offset your active income, even if you still have a W-2, meaning you do not need to be a real estate professional status to do and take advantage of this, because something weird kind of in the tax, in the passive loss deduction rules, section 469, if anyone wants to check that out in the tax code, you can, if you're operating a business or a rental that the average stay is less than 7 days, which is like an Airbnb, and you are materially participating, meaning you're spending more than 100 hours a year. It's not a lot, and more time than anyone else, which is not a lot. But again, you have to be self-managing it. You can't have a property manager taking care of it. Well, guess what? You can now use those losses to offset your active W-2 income as well. So this is another exception to the rule, and something that I've seen a huge influx of people taking advantage of.
That's such a good piece to know, because for a lot of people who may check this out in the beginning and say, "Oh, cost segregation, you gotta have 150 doors, 200 doors to be doing this. It's not for me." But when you're talking about an opportunity for, I find that most investors I talk to, when they're investing actively in real estate, and I get it, everything's active, but truly active investing in real estate on their first go round, it typically is a rental property, and leaning more now toward the short-term rentals. And maybe we have HGTV to thank for that, right, at the end of the day. But the different avenues of cash flow for people. So what a great way to get started utilizing. And if you think about 100 hours, I remember my first rental property, I felt like I was spending 100 hours a week dealing with that first property I ever got. So I think that that's not an unreasonable number to do in the grand scheme of things, especially as you add more and more and more.